Has a game ever made you feel true fear? I'm not talking about a jump scare that makes you flinch or a sudden burst of adrenaline that leaves you breathless. I'm talking about something deeper, more primal, a chilling dread that burrows into your very being and refuses to let go. Stephen King, who is often referred to as the king of horror, describes fear as the emotion that makes us blind. Fear freezes us, stops us from loving, from growing. I want to talk to you about this fear, about the nature of real fear. Not the manufactured thrills of a cheap jump scare or the predictable shocks of a second-level boss. No, we're talking about the chilling sense of vulnerability, the primal instinct to survive that can leave you shaken long after the game is over. In Almost Home Now, you become a young girl walking home. You begin your journey with a sense of relief. The world is bright, familiar. You feel safe. But this is a deceptive calm. It's the kind of calm you find right before you suddenly realize it's much later than you expected, and the world outside is cloaked in heavy darkness. The environment changes subtly. The warm light of the shop recedes, replaced by the cold, harsh glow of street lamps illuminating a path shrouded in shadows. The air around you now seems heavier, the silence broken only by the sound of your own footsteps. You feel a growing sense of being watched. A small persistent sound, a bark, pierces the night's stillness. It's a puppy, and it likes barking at people. You ignore it and keep walking towards home, towards safety. That's when you enter the bar. Your descent into darkness, however, isn't simply a change in lighting. It's a psychological progression. The park, with its dark gaping holes, represents the unknown, the fear of the unexpected, the sudden collapse of security and stability. Unlike many games that deliver fear through grotesque imagery or exaggerated violence, Almost Home Now creates terror through its atmosphere and your own imagination. The unseen entities lurking in the holes are not explicit threats. They're suggestions, insinuations. They are the stuff of nightmares tapping into our deepest, most instinctive fears. The fear of the unknown, the fear of the dark, the fear of being alone and vulnerable in a hostile environment. The shift to a dark forest path amplifies this unsettling feeling. It's the ultimate expression of the unknown, a place where anything can lurk in the shadows, where one is easily disoriented and lost. The river of blood isn't simply a visual horror, it's a powerful symbol of the loss of innocence, a brutal reminder of your fragility. This is a world that bends at the whim of the unknown. This isn't just walking through a dark forest, it's the fear of losing your way, not knowing what awaits around the bend, of being completely lost and alone. But you're close now. Your home is not far away. You can make it. You made it back. You were lucky this time. Not everyone is as lucky as you. Almost Home has a total runtime of just 10 minutes. But the genuine fear it instills, the slow descent into fear, and the trauma the child will face for the rest of their life remains etched into their very being. The game's genius lies in its minimalism. It doesn't rely on jump scares or grotesque monsters. Instead, it taps into our deepest, most primal fears through atmosphere, suggestion, and the slow, deliberate erosion of security. The final sequence isn't just a dramatic climax, it's the culmination of a carefully crafted psychological journey, culminating in a terrifying and unresolved moment. Unlike games that rely on instant thrills, Almost Home now leaves a lingering sense of dread, a reminder that real fear isn't about the size of the monster, but the depth of our own vulnerability. It's the fear of the unseen, the unknown, the fear of what might lurk in the darkness, both within and without. It's a fear that stays with you, not just in the immediate aftermath, but for a long time after. It's the type of fear that lingers and makes you think long after the screen has gone dark. Thank you so very much for watching. Almost Home left me with a feeling so intense that I had to talk about it. This is my very first video talking about a game, and I would love to talk to you about so many more. So if you enjoyed the video, please give it a like and subscribe to hear from me again. I would also love to hear any thoughts you had while watching the video. Please leave a comment down below and I'll reply to all of them. Thank you so much for your time, and I'll see you again very, very soon.